Okay, so I promised to show you how I made my chocolate. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, focaccia. And so I'm gonna do that right now. We'll just do, yeah. So I have 15 grams of rapid rise yeast. And then we're gonna use, how many grams? 410 grams of nice and warm water. Not hot, but just a nice, very warm. Come on, can she make it? Nope. I'll have to get some more. Okay, I'm gonna add some more to this to make the 410. When you get that in there, whisk it up really well so that the yeast dissolves, cover it and let it set for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, don't forget to zero out your scale. Okay, so to this, I'm going to add 60 grams of chocolate sourdough starter. And it's pretty thick because I like it nice and thick. Maybe too thick, but that's okay. You can use active or not, it doesn't matter. This one is not active, but my regular sourdough is. So we want 60. Yeah, I probably should have put just a little more water in here. Okay, there's that. And then we want 70 grams of starter. This one is active, so we want 70. See how that floats? That's a good sign that it's active. You know, if you get a little bit extra in here, if the measurements aren't just like absolutely precise, don't fret about it. So I'm gonna mix this up really well, and then we'll come back and we'll add our dry ingredients. All right, we are gonna add 35 grams of sugar. I don't like this real sweet, especially when you add the chocolate chips and your other sweet, you know, your fruits and stuff. It makes it pretty sweet. If you want it sweeter, then you can add a little bit more. I don't know where my lid is, but I don't want it too awfully sweet. So we have our sugar, and then we're gonna put, how much salt here? Sugar, salt, okay, 12 grams of salt. I've got to reorganize this recipe because I just kind of wrote it in as I was doing it. So 12 grams of salt, okay. I'm gonna stir this up, and then we're gonna add our flour and our cocoa powder. Now, this does need to be pretty precise because you don't want it too dry, you don't want it too wet. It is gonna be sticky, so, you know, that is what it is. But now we're gonna put in 530 grams of flour. I know that's a little flour. That I had to play with for a long time to get the right amount. I want to make sure I'm correct. Yep, 530. I'm so afraid of, look at that, 533. We're good. Okay, and then we are going to add 10 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. Just won't move off that. 10. Okay. I'm going to take my bread whisk here and I'm going to just mix this in really well. Like I said, it's going to be sticky. Make sure that you scrape the sides. And then I'm going to transfer this into another bowl. You want to oil it well. I use olive oil. And actually what I do is kind of lift it up after I get it all mixed together and spray underneath it because I don't want to dirty another bowl. But this is what you're going to end up getting. Like I said, it's going to be sticky, but it's going to be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to come back. We'll have this all mixed up. Alrighty, I'm going to cover my bowl here with some saran wrap. And I'm going to let it sit for about an hour until it, well, I'm going to let it sit until it doesn't quite double in size. Okay, that's usually about an hour, and that'll depend on how warm or cool your house is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to put some coconuts and pecans in it. You can add literally anything that you want. This is going to be super sticky, so I'm going to really put a lot of olive oil on here. And I need, now I'm not gonna put all of the chocolate chips and nuts that I'm gonna need for this whole thing. I'm just gonna put enough in here. These are supposed to be chopped. They're not chopped. Just enough to get some inside there. And then I'm gonna let it sit. Glenn, can you put some olive oil on my hands? Not on me! Okay, good. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of spread this out, kind of get it in there, and then I'm gonna let it, I'm actually gonna put it on my parchment paper over here. And I know, let it rise for a little bit. And then before I dimple, I'm going to add some more. Look at the bubbles. I love the bubbles. I just don't know if it's a sensory thing. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing. I don't know what it is, but since I have all that going on, these bubbles just make me happy. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit here for 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna transfer it to my parchment paper. And you wanna make sure that you oil that parchment paper really well. Even though this is a sweet bread, it still works out fantastic. Okay, it's risen a little bit again. So I have my parchment paper. I'll just spread this out, but you're gonna wanna make sure you have your hands oiled. And then you're gonna pick it up and kind of roll it. And then that oil is gonna spread out with it. Okay. And it's not gonna fill the whole pan right away. But it will when it bakes. Okay, so we're gonna spread this out. We're gonna let it rise. We're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes. And I'm gonna sprinkle the chocolate chips, the pecans, and the coconut, and I'm also gonna use some of my strawberries. We're gonna sprinkle that all on here, and we're gonna dimple it, and it's gonna rise again, and it's gonna then be ready to put in the oven, which is gonna be set at 425 degrees. I'll make double sure. So this will be back in no time at all. Okay, this is all ready to go. Again, we have bubbles. So now Glenn's gonna give me chocolate chips while he also tries to video. Give me a good plethora of, okay.
You like using that word?
I do. That is my favorite word. That's not like the word of the day. Oops. That's like just my favorite. Oh, wait. I forgot to put olive oil on. Okay, let's put our olive oil on. Sorry, guys. Olive oil comes first. Now remember, you have a little bit in there. I'm not gonna put, oh, okay. I'm not gonna put any sugar on this just because I'm not. There's already quite a bit of goodies in here. All right, coconut. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Here they are, all sitting in a row. Talking about my kids. Okay. We won't put as much. This is gonna be filled. And then I think I wanna put some of those strawberries on here.
I don't know.
What do you think?
You got a lot on there.
Okay, so then no.
So it's your bread. Your kitchen, your rules, your stuff.
I'm a dimple. And I might go ahead and sprinkle, sprinkle some, I have some freeze-dried strawberries that I used on the other one, but I'm not gonna put the raspberries in there. Okay, so just dimpling this, I'm gonna sprinkle those strawberries on. And while this is rising again, check it out. While this is rising again, I'm going to turn my oven on to 425. And by the time it is preheated, this will be ready to go in. Alrighty. She's ready to go in. My bubble popped. Suki probably came along and did it because she was trying.
I did not.
Okay, so it's going to go in for 30 minutes, but I'm gonna check it at 20. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, and it really is almost done, so I'm gonna put it on another 6 or 7 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, ooh, done. Done.
Closing the bread.
Oh, look at them strawberries. I should have put those inside.
Where am I putting this?
Oh, right there.
Right on there?
Does it need a...
Probably, they might break it.
Okay, so I can see already the strawberries are dark. But we'll see. You never know. So we're gonna put it on a cooling rack, and then we'll cut it and see if I did good or... And there we are. We have our chocolate focaccia, and it smells super good. But my strawberries, my little strawberries, got a little dark, but I noticed, let's see, the ones here on the side there, that didn't happen with. So I think I need to just sink them down in there a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy.